Hello Scorpio, I'm going to be doing your monthly forecast reading for February 2019 for a Scorpio Sun, Moon, or Rising. I'll be using 3 decks today, two tarot decks and 1 oracle deck. I'm using the Spirit Song Tarot that works through animals, the Goddess Oracle deck, and then this Ethereal Visions Tarot deck, that's traditional tarot that I just got. It's a really beautiful deck. I love the artwork and I just really recommend it to anyone who's looking for a traditional, new and updated tarot deck. I'll be using a 7-card spread for this month and I'm going to start shuffling. Actually, before I do, I will do an energy clearing. Alright, and now I'll start shuffling. As I shuffle, I just want you to set some intentions. Take a nice deep breath. Really visualize what you're seeing for yourself come up in this month of February. And really hold your energy and put it into the cards. Visualize it going into the cards as I shuffle. Shuffle the oracle deck. Okay. And then the last tarot deck. That one wanted to come out. Okay. Well, we can start. So for where you're going to be at this month of February, we have the Fool. So give me a moment to go over this card. So I feel like you're coming into this month with bright new beginnings ahead of you. You could be on this adventurous journey that you've already been on for some time that's been offering you a lot of opportunities and just showing you what you're made of and your potential. And it could have been, maybe it's been causing this huge transformation for you. Because maybe there were some things you had to leave behind or shed to create this transformation and start these new beginnings ahead of you in your journey. And you've just been feeling very free and creative and boundless in this way, and just freely embracing all the opportunities that have been awaiting you in your arrival to them, and you've just been very playful in this process. So I feel like in this month of February, there's just a lot you're seeking and what's awaiting you in these new beginnings, and you're looking out to connect and just reach out and explore and really dive deep into these new beginnings and these new areas of your life. And it just feels rather playful and exciting, and it's really sparking up your creativity. So this is definitely the month where traveling could be happening, or you're just like experiencing new things in your life that you've never gotten to experience before, and it's just bringing out areas within you that are rather more adventurous and playful and creative. So I think this month is really going to be fun in that sense. At least that's what I'm getting from that so far. And then for the inner focus for you, we have a reversed the devil. So give me a moment to go over this card. So I feel like if there have been any difficulties or problems you've been dealing with, because you've went through this transformation or you're going through it, it can be difficult letting some things go along the way to become this newer, improved version of yourself. And sometimes it's a difficult metamorphose to get to that place because of what you've had to leave behind and say goodbye to, and just really just shed, as well as like maybe there could have been people along the way that were, you know, not really helping you. They could have been tempting you to fall into traps of like patterns that were not really going to be suitable for you. And it could have been constraining for you to believe these illusions that maybe like you're helpless in this situation and you're having a hard time. Like it's maybe really, you're thinking it's so difficult to accept these changes and these transformations and letting some of these things go. But really it's an illusion, because these are the things that could be holding you back from really like becoming something and going for something better. I think it's really important to be detached from whatever is trying to hold you back from really going from the caterpillar and transformation to this metamorphosis of the butterfly and being free in yourself and spreading your wings and flying and soaring and exploring your life really playfully and freely. But to really be aware that, you know, if you have been feeling vulnerable and feeling stuck in some of your problems that may have constrained you from really accepting these changes, that it's, like I said, it's just an illusion. Like these issues are not as bad as they seem. Letting go of some of this stuff or some of these people isn't as scary as it seems, and it could be tempting to keep these kind of things around in your life, but they've already served their purpose and their time and their lessons, so it's really not gonna give you anything else at this point. And that's really the main inner focus for you, is just understanding that, so you can just move on and have the space and the freedom to explore these new horizons and these new beginnings ahead of you that offer all these opportunities. But you have to kind of let go of some baggage that's constraining you and trying to hold you back. You really have to allow yourself to detach so you can really feel free, and not hold yourself back because maybe you're still attached to some things or some people that are just not going to help you serve your purpose, at least at this point in time. So to just be aware of any illusions that come up for you in that way, and any temptations, and really just be mindful of how you're going to react when those moments come up, and just seeing them when they do. So that's what I'm getting for that. For the outer focus, we have a reversed Nine of Swords. Swords are air signs: Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Give me a moment to go over this card as well. So I think the outer focus for you is recovering from maybe the pain and the hardships you had to go through to finally go through this transformation and this change. And it's really opening up your perception in ways you didn't see, and you're kind of reaching this point of revelation in your life. And I see in this photo, there's like, in this card, I mean, there's like these people and they're pointing at this girl and she has her head in her hands and they almost look like they're talking about her. They could be saying bad things about her. I don't know, but she's like having a hard time accepting how these people are treating her. And I think that, you know, you have to accept the mistreatment people have given you, as hard as it's been to bear. Just like she can't even look at them. She's just hiding in her face like she's ashamed, she's embarrassed, she's hurt. She can't even believe, like, you know, these people are treating her like this. But then again, too, these people aren't even there. They're kind of in the background, like they're faded. So these could be like you wallowing in memories of people that have hurt you and have not made you feel good about yourself. But those people are not even physically around you at this time and place, and you're just kind of like holding on to those memories, and you're having a really hard time getting past it and letting it go. But you've had to go through all of this to see like your potential and what you're worth, and then from there reach this revelation of, whoa, like this is what I have to go through in this metamorphosis to really like evolve. I had to go through some hard things and some painful situations to finally get to this point of awareness, and then recover from it and have a wider perception and perspective of where you're at in your journey. And you know, it could have been really painful for you for some of the things that happened to you and how some of these people could have treated you, and it could have felt very unfair. But you really needed to see this for what it is and just accept it and know that you can be objective in this process and just do your best to heal and move forward from it. Because if you're stuck in the past of just being in your head about like what's happened to you, then you're not going to be able to focus what's around you outside in the present moment and to just really enjoy your life in this way of what's with you now in this moment. So I think it's really important to free yourself from these memories, these thoughts, you know, and all this pain that's really been keeping you like isolated in your mind to the point where it's just been draining. I think you need to really just not forget, but like let all that stuff naturally fade away into the background and really find something to be more excited about, like what's ahead of you, and know that you were meant to go through all of this pain and maybe some of the suffering to really understand like who you are now and where you're going. And it's given you a lot of wisdom along the way. Excuse me. At least like that's what I'm getting. Like you had to go through this to gain more wisdom and more insights, so then you could be ready to journey ahead in the new beginnings that are awaiting you and the new people that are going to be awaiting you as well. And then for how you're going to thrive this month, we have a reversed Three of Cups. Cups are water signs. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Give me a moment to meditate over this card. Excuse me. So I think the best way for you to thrive this month is to not overindulge in relations that are very unfaithful, that stifle your creativity, that aren't, relations that connect. They're more like disconnecting. The best way for you to thrive is to move away from relations like this and move towards areas that are faithful to you and that do spark your creativity, where you feel connected with those around you and how you feel around them and how they make you feel. I think that's the most important thing, is being around people that make you feel inspired and treat you in a very faithful way in friendship or in romance, and really get your creativity going. Because if you keep overindulging in friendships or in romantic relationships that are not helping you be in your worth and in your potential and just becoming who you're meant to be, then you are not meant to invest in those relations or those relationships. They're just gonna drag you down, really, and hold you back from becoming who you need to be for yourself. So I think it's very important to disconnect from those people that are not gonna really make you feel good within yourself. You have to remember your worth and your value, and when you do, then you can attract like really loving relations and friendships and romance with those who are meant to be in your life. And those are the ones you can invest in. But I think the most important thing is investing in yourself and not in overindulging and investing in people that are unfaithful to you and take away your feeling of creativity and are not connected to you. They're more disconnected. Like, you feel like you could be connected to them, but they're more feeling like they're disconnected to you. And it's not gonna make you feel happy. It's if anything, it's gonna make you feel frustrated if you keep like investing in these kind of people in your life, because they're just gonna keep causing more disruptive feelings. So I think it's really important that you take space from these kind of people and put that energy back into yourself, to then like attract the right people who are gonna make you feel really good about yourself and what you're doing and where you're at, because they're the people that have faith in you and are meant to be in your life because they really want to be. So I think that's how you're gonna thrive this month, is by disconnecting from the draining people to then put energy in yourself, and then connecting with the new people who are gonna help you become who you are in this journey that you're becoming, and and fulfilling your life's purpose. And then for what you're gonna struggle with this month, we have a 10 of Pentacles. Pentacles are earth signs: Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Give me a moment to reflect over this. So I think your struggle this month is really having enough money, because Pentacles are the financial, material, physical realm, and family and home life. So you could be struggling with having enough money for these travels that you're already embarking, or just whatever you are doing in your life that's costing you money. I think you're having some difficult times finding abundance for yourself financially, and you're really wanting that, but you're having difficulty. And I think maybe that's also where the overindulgence comes in, because you've also could have spent money on things you felt would make you feel good about yourself, but really it's just been draining your finances, and that's where you've had to be mindful about your spending habits. And so I think it's really important to pay attention to that, so you can hold off from doing that and really just invest more in spending your money and where it's going to give back to you. I think it's also important to see that, give me a moment here. Yeah, so I think it's going to be really important for you to just stay mindful on how you're spending your money and how you're using it, and focus more on saving it, and then really spending more of your energy into those opportunities that are going to bring more abundance into your life, and less in overindulging in the areas that are going to take away from you being in your wealth and just like having enough to get by. And that way you can feel satisfied. You also could have been struggling with some family relations, or if you haven't, it's just going to be good to stay connected with family. They could help you with what you're dealing with. If you feel like you're running short on some money, maybe some family could help you out and, you know, kind of loan you some money to just like help you get back on your feet or whatever you might need money for. If anything, it's just always good to be balanced in your relations with your family. But I feel like this is more just paying attention to how you're spending your money, because that's what could be causing your struggle. But as long as you do, then it'll be easier. And for the advice for you this month, we have Mott, fairness. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So I'm going to read this card to you. Let me suggest another definition for fairness. It's when all parties involved surrender their personal agendas in favor of the greater good for the entirety of the group. This requires trust in the wisdom of the whole. When it comes to matters of disputes, the attacks are based on fears that you may not receive your share. Yet attacks amplify the hurt and the pain that caused the dispute in the first place. Why not surrender your attachment to a specific outcome and instead direct your holy will toward the resolution of the argument? Hold a firm vision of a peaceful outcome and let the pieces fall into place in a harmonious manner. A lawsuit will be resolved, a dispute will end harmoniously, you'll be treated fairly, keep everyone's needs in mind during negotiations, release guilt and shame, as these emotions can attract a punishing attack. Yeah, so I think that is the most best advice for you this month, is letting go of any shame for maybe how you could have acted in these situations, or of having to let them go, or of just how they've treated you. Not being afraid to go through this whole transformation and having to make some changes and letting some things go, but ending these situations in a harmonious way, and then they can be resolved, and you can just feel like everything's being treated more fairly because you're being treated fairly by doing what you have to do in this situation. It'll be fair to the other person. And just keeping your needs and everyone else's needs in mind when you're going through these negotiations with others, if you are, and to just really hold a firm vision of just a peaceful outcome, even if it hasn't been so peaceful along the way because it's been causing disruptive feelings. To just trust that things will eventually balance out, and it will eventually work out fairly for both you and those around you, and it'll be handled in a very in a very fair way. So just to know that. And then for the lesson for you this month, we have the wheel, change, possibilities, and it's the octopus. I'm going to read this card to you. Events may at times seem random, but the wheel of life holds an intelligent structure and a higher working force. Akin to the energies of the turning wheel, Octopus is a master in adapting fluidly to change. With the ability to gracefully move through new challenges, her flexibility is a reminder to acclimate to the ever-changing cycles of life. Octopus will be your guide as you move toward goals in unexpected ways to achieve your desired results. Go with the flow and release past restrictions. The key to success is adaptability. When you tune into the rhythm of the universe, you'll be the master of your own destiny. Keywords: change, possibilities, new beginnings, adaptation, good fortune, a turning point, movement. Yeah, so I think it's really going to be important for you to just accept the changes that are happening, because there are so many possibilities and new beginnings awaiting for you. But to adapt, allow yourself to adapt and let go what you need to let go in this present moment, and then you can then attract good fortune in your life and really reach this turning point that's going to bring a lot of movement forward for you. And that will open a door of potential and possibilities and opportunities for you. But you just have to allow yourself to make these things happen and just make peace with the process of the change. And then it'll be able to you'll be able to transition smoothly. All right, Scorpio, well, that's all I'm getting for you for this month. I hope that this reading gave you some helpful insights, and that if you want to do a one-on-one reading with me, you can go to the description link box below and go to my Instagram, Mystic Yasmin, and you can send me a message. Other than that, Scorpio, have a blessed day, and until next time.